So the marriage of these two is the marriage of the past and the future. They combine right now. They're here. And they at this point, they're needing nurturing and may need to take a breath, a step back to say, okay, I did this. Now let me look behind me. Let me look forward, but this may be the breath in between. Today we're going to be talking about the axis of Libra 7 and Aries 7. This is the second step in the phase. As I stated yesterday, each of the Sabian symbols, they move in a 5-degree phase. So you step out the door, you create something, or you have a vision in your head, and then you meet number 7. Here we go. A woman feeding chickens and protecting them from the hawks. The Great Wall of China making a huge shadow. A group of old ladies gossiping excitedly. And a baby phoenix crawling forth from the ashes of its parent. Those are the images. And I had image that came to me, a couple of them last night, so I will share those. And one of them was me creating a thought, and it created a person. Boom, there it was. There she was. She was wearing a white dress, but she couldn't stand up. Held up on either side by men, a man, one on each arm was helping her stand. And I believe that it is a theme from what we're dealing with today. Also, Libra 7, the stone that goes with this is the hawk's or falcon eye. It's a blue tiger eye, deep blue. It has those striations in it. The striations help organize your mind, so it works on your mind, and it's soothing. It aids to reduce stress, calms, eases anxiety, dissolves negativity, restrictions, gives you perspective. So that's the stone that goes with. It's a beautiful tiger eye, but it's blue. It's not the color I normally think of when I think of tiger eye. Rising above and realizing that there are restrictions. You have this ideal vision, and then it meets with attacks, possibly, of people who are stuck in tradition, scared, automatic responses, and they want to keep you in your box. And how do you deal with that? And that's what this tells me. Also feeling frustration due to the awareness of restrictions within yourself and without. Testing the boundaries, seeing where the limits are, but understanding that, Rome wasn't built in a day and it may take some time. I have seen this, and leave a comment. When you first take on figuring out who you are or making big changes in your life, you are in a set pattern. You live in a house with a person or family. You have always acted a certain way because that's who you thought you were. When you break out of that, those that are around you don't really know what to do with that. Okay, so that's a normal reaction. And to try to become more spiritually aware can be very lonely at first, I will say, because the inclination that I had and did for a while is just don't talk to anyone. Just keep it all inside until you figure things out. Libra requires diplomacy, and when you feel hurt and feel like, oh, I deserve this, I want to do this, and someone's in your way, you don't want to feel diplomatic, but that shadow, the Great Wall of China shadow, the wall may only be so high, but, depending on what time of day it is, the shadow can cast pretty far. So it takes time to gain perspective and calm yourself, knowing that, number one, you can't be afraid of what other people think. You have to be aware of it, and you cannot alienate yourself from them. But it's going to probably take some diplomacy and quiet testing before you get 100% accepted for being exactly who you are, because you need practice at it. My dream told me that. It's like, okay, yeah, you want to be this, and boom, okay, you got it. Well, you're a fish out of water. You need someone to help prop your legs up until you got them. Let's take a look at Aries 7. A man successfully expressing himself in two worlds at once. Again, the duality, two things being encased in one thing, the mermaid, the butterfly. And the other images are a double-headed eagle, heads facing in opposite directions. So a two-headed eagle, one head facing one way, one facing the other. An old man admiring a portrait of himself as a youth. Another is carefully sculpted trees. Beyond them, a tangled forest. And after death, a man sees gold filaments connecting his various lives. The stone for Aries 7 is an interesting one. It's ametrine, Ametrine. It's a complete balance of amethyst and citrine, both beautiful stones, but it is interesting. Look at a picture of it, and here's a little tidbit. I want to add a little tidbits in each of these videos. Did you know that gemstones, you can get the benefit of them just by looking at a picture of them? And one of the themes here is pictures, so we're going to talk about it. But whenever a gemstone gets on my radar, I'll just look at them, especially if I'm feeling a little lost or, anxious, whatever. Need to calm myself or center myself, or just take in whatever the stone is trying to tell me if I'm just trying to understand it. Just do a search, and number one, you can look up what are the meaning of ametrine, or the spiritual properties of, those are the kind of terms you can type in, and it'll give you more info. Do an image search, because just looking at a stone, you don't have to have, I love stones. I absolutely do have an affinity for them, but I can't own them all. And I don't have room for them. I can't wear them all. I can't store them all, but I can certainly look at all of them. And online, just look at the picture and take it in. Just look at it and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about that. The old man is an old man. He's old and he's wise, but he understands he was also youthful. He was both of those. He is both of those things. He's been both of those things. And no, he's not the past. And, yes, he's thinking about the future. So it's the eagle head looking in both directions. But there's power in both. And he contains both. So it's honoring and balancing both things. The youth and the old age and the wisdom. You're a person in a society. Not everybody's going to think the way you do. And if you think that, you're setting yourself up for heartache. The more you get comfortable with being yourself and being honest, as best you can, more and more every day. And there's not lying, and then there's being exactly who you are. To me, those are, there's space in between those. I took a vow a long time ago not to lie. And it's harder than it sounds, but, try it. That is different than saying, okay, I'm an artist, but guess what? Every day, no matter what, if the sun shines and I get up, I've got this urge, and I cannot undo it, where I just love astrology. It feeds me. It gives me something that is so strong and powerful that I do it every day for fun. And that's me being honest. Okay, so in my mind. And this degree is saying you can do two things at once. You can be yourself in a society. It may take you some time to push the boundaries back just a little at a time. Take diplomacy, keep doing it, understand that you may need to be the one that gives you your sense of balance for a while, and that you have to listen to yourself, okay, inward, and know, yeah, what this person is saying sounds really cool, but I don't want to get kicked out of my house, or whatever the negative thing is that you're dealing with. And I understand that it's going to take time to get from A to Z. Two things can exist at the same time, like our vision and our emotions. We can see and we can feel. They're two different things, but they're in our body. And that we can be honest about who we are in our world. Yes, some things may have to fall away, and we may have to be okay. We have to be okay with that. But when you confront someone about something that they've done to you, you don't know what response you're going to get. It may be, oh, I'm really sorry. I love you. I'm glad you brought it up. And here's a big hug. And let's sing Kumbaya. You may get that response. You may get a door slammed in your face and say, I am never, ever talking to you again. You are out of the family. You're done. And it could be anywhere in between that. You just don't know. And so you have to be the one that knows, I'm okay with taking this step this far. You just never know. And you have to be okay with that. And that's what this is saying, is that yes, you are infinite. You've been the young child, you've been the teenager, you've been all these things, and you're going to be other things beyond today, but they're all contained within you, and they can all shine. They're all part of you. And some people will not ever change, and you have to be okay with that. And you also have to be the one that knows how far you can push your boundaries, because sometimes when you take a step, sometimes it's the end of something. Are you okay with that? And if you're not, take a step anyway internally. Do it in your own time. One of the things I'm noticing here is letting go of any negative attachments to the past and any negative attachments to the future. Don't keep playing that tune where you talk about all the things that happened to you when you were a kid. To keep playing that over and over and over again, you never get past it, and you keep dragging it with you every day. So this is saying to me, if you want to move forward and you want to do it in the best way possible, what you do here today on this step is to let go of the negativity attached to it just for today. Let go of any anxiety about tomorrow. Practice 24 hours of not being negative. So the keys that I see here are photographs, history, a connection with history, trees, so trees and forest, tangled forest, seeing the good in people who have passed. Whatever life you lived when you were younger, just see the gold from it and let go of the rest. See what good came of it and let go of the rest. And then the degree on Libra, let me get back to that. Chickens, okay. The Great Wall of China, so shadows and chinas. Again, baby phoenix, so birds. I'm picking up on birds here. Gossiping, don't gossip today. I don't think it would be in your best interest, because all they're doing is replaying the old story. So you want to try to avoid that, I think. I will. Knowing that when you first step out and you got your wings, you need to protect yourself. And you need to learn that you have feelings. Your feelings are, they matter. And the more you tune into them, the more they guide you. They're relevant. I'm seeing a theme with two very different ideas are together, and it's just not always easy. Don't expect it to be easy. Libra is a diplomat and incredibly patient, so patience for a reason. Because this is the axis between Aries is I am and Libra is we are. And the key is to meet in the middle somewhere where you're not the doormat, and you don't give up everything just to get along with the family or the work unit. It's finding the middle ground. And we're going to be in this for a while. This energy is going to be strong for a while. That's where the North and South Node are right now. They're in Libra. They just started, and it's going to be, I think it's 18 months, that this is going to be a theme for that time period. So the more you get comfortable being diplomatic when things are not as rosy as you'd like, and the more you are confident that you matter and your thoughts matter and your words matter, while still being diplomatic, is going to be what's very much in focus right now. Leave a comment if you have Libra 7 or Aries 7 very strong in your chart. If you have any thoughts about how you feel about the Sabian symbols in general, if you have any questions, I thank you so much for being here. Subscribe for more. Thank you.